So today I wanted to talk about a law of universe that not many people I've heard talk about, right? You hear law of attraction, law of gravity, and different things, but there's one law that helped me out the most in terms of building really meaningful, deep connections with others, and helped me also make more money. And that's the reciprocity law, or the law of reciprocity. And what that pretty much is, right? And I know it sounds boring, many people will click off right away, but the ones who listen all the way, and if you apply this, I guarantee you will get more out of it, right? Out of life. So what the reciprocity law is when you help other people, they feel obligated to want to give something back, right? And you've probably experienced where when someone helps you something without you even asking them, all of a sudden it's like you feel like, damn, I have to give something back to this person. I feel like I want to do something for them, like you owe them something, right? And it's pretty interesting. And there's one study they've done. I don't know the exact study, so in terms of like the science behind it or all that, but I remember I read this one article. It was talking about there was a restaurant and they had the waitress or whatnot, after delivering the food, everything, just bring the check, and they saw, okay, how much does the person normally tip, right? And then they tried again, where when the, let's say, waiter would bring the check, they would also give one of those mint candies, right? One free candy, right? And then the tip amount percent went higher. I don't know the exact numbers, so I'm not gonna say exact numbers, but let's say the tip number went up 3-4%. I don't know, right? I'm giving an example. And then when they next time they brought the check again, and this time brought 2 mint candies, then it went up even more, like 8%, 18% higher or something, right? Something like noticeably different. And it's interesting because most people don't even know it, but just from someone giving them something for free, it's like they want to just give something back. So now how does that apply to you? Well, I'm going to talk about how it applied to me, and hopefully in your life, because I don't know who's watching right now, so I don't know what you need more out of in your life, but I'll share with in my term of when I wanted to make more money and build my business and so forth, how it helped me in that scenario, right? So I was the type of person that had this belief of, oh, how can I give to other people if they're not gonna want to do it back? Or why should I give to other people if, you know, all they do is they just hold a grudge, or they don't do the wrong thing? Or like, why should I give to everyone, right? How do I know who's not gonna betray me? Or like this feeling of I will give only if I get something in return, right? And so those were kind of like my mentalities. And during that time I didn't get anything, because my mentality was like, no, you have to pay me first before I give you any value and any support or anything like that, right? Or if I need to connect you with other people that I know that could benefit you, no, you need to pay me first before I help you out. But you know, sooner than later, found out the hard way that doesn't really work. And I was wondering why I can't make any sales, why people don't hang out with me as much, because each time I would just try to sell. So then I was like, all right, let me just, I don't know, through the, different mentors I've had, through different videos I watched. And again, no one like made a specific video of like what this law is or how it could be beneficial. So it's like I had to take pieces and whatnot from here and there. And so I remember there was a time where I was like, okay, let me just give this, but like they're not gonna buy from me anyway. So let me just start giving them something that I know will benefit that person. Whether it could be I share a video with them in a topic that I know they need more support in, or whatever it is, and just to see what happens, because I was like, already I'm not making any money with them, so might as well just give them some help and just see what happens. And to my surprise, where I started like sending people articles, sending people information that they were looking for, or let's say they're struggling in parts of their business, I would just help them out, right? And just give more advice, right? This is later on when I had some success where I could then give, obviously. But back then I was like, what can I give? And it's just whatever I knew had value to that person. And then through that, people's attitude started changing. They started smiling more when they were with me. They started referring more people to me. They started actually buying from me because they were like, shit, the stuff Mahyar gave for free already gave so much I got so much value from it. Let me get some more. And it was an interesting phenomenon. So it got to a point where I was like, I don't even need to necessarily focus on, I need to sell this person XYZ product. I just need to figure out what it is that they need and just help them get that, right? And Zig Ziglar, if you know him, he had a quote that said something like, in life you will get everything you want if you help enough other people, if you just help enough other people get what they want. And now I have that quote like printed out on my wall in my office, because really that is it. It's like, if you just figure out, and let's say in your relationship, you're in a relationship and you argue all the time, you blame your partner of like, oh, they never do this, or they always want to argue, or whatever it might be. We all go through stuff like that. But stop and think about, okay, how about I give to them as I would like to receive if I were in their shoes, right? Let's say if they're, and this, I was terrible at this because I had never been in a relationship. So when I got in one, I had to really learn this, right? So let's say your partner is sick. Put yourself in their shoes of, okay, if I were sick, what would I want someone to do for me without me even asking? Okay, I want them to make me tea. I want them to make me herbal stuff, you know. I want them to bring tissues or whatnot, you know, to blow my nose, blanket in case I'm cold, just whatever, right? You just put yourself in that person's shoes and ask yourself, what would I want if I were in their shoes? And then when you just start giving to them without any expectation of what I'm gonna get, based on law of reciprocity, they're gonna want to give back to you anyway. So it's like, you don't even need to expect to ask them for stuff. You just give first, and then they just start giving back. And it's a lot easier that way too, because if you have to ask them, then they're like, oh, how dare you and whatnot, right? So, oh, I just saw the sign of Chimichangas, the restaurant. I was just at the place where the owner of Chimichangas was there, and he was speaking and gave his story. And he's another example, because he was sharing with them, they were trying to see how to best serve the people who would come in for food. So their focus was give the highest quality of food for the lowest price possible, so most people could afford it. And now it's like, he was sharing that they are about to do like 150 million this year, right? And he seemed like a cool guy, but so it's like, he really understood this point, right? And one thing he shared was get into the habit of giving to others, right? So really, and so understand, this is a point that takes a while. Like, I'm still really learning to understand and master this point, because it's like one of those things, you know, 5 minutes to learn and a lifetime to master. Really, it's one of those, because it goes against all your programming of no, take. I mean, we live in a time where everyone is just consuming and doesn't even want to give anything in return. Right now you have so many charities where, not for people who obviously are in need, but people who are not in need still go get out of charity and all that stuff, right? I know people make a lot of money but then still get benefits from government that other people could benefit from, you know? So it's like everyone's being programmed to just want to take without wanting to give. But you look at all the billionaires in the world, no matter how evil you think they are or how angel they are, they all have one thing in common. They find out what the problems are that most people have, and then they come up with the solution so that they could give that to everyone else. And so because they're solving a problem and they're giving something, then people just automatically pay because of the value they're receiving, you see? So you can look at all the big corporations and learn from them too, right? So it's a really interesting point, right? So do some research on that. Look up law of reciprocity, things like that. I don't know if people have made videos now, but when I first started, I remember no one talked about it. I didn't even know what it was just because I never heard it. So action step, so that you know, apply something from this video. Look at someone in your family that you could be like, I could do one nice thing for them. Let me go get them coffee. Let me do, it doesn't have to be paid. Do something for free. Let me give this person a, I don't know, 2-minute massage, right? Like that goes a long way, you know? And just whatever that you can see that person would need, right? If the dishes are dirty and someone in your family, like they always are working hard and all that, and it's like they washing dishes is the last thing they want, wash the dishes for them. It makes their day, right? I remember when I used to live with my mom and she used to work, me just washing the dishes would take off, it's like a lot of stress with relief from her, just seeing that she didn't have to wash dishes, right? Because in the past I wouldn't wash dishes, so she would have to go work, come back, wash dishes, cook, do all that stuff. So it was just tiring, right? So you'd be surprised how most people, again, like that example of the restaurant, they just giving one free mint candy that probably cost 5 cents made people want to give back even more, you see? So look at that, and then in the comment leave like one thing that comes up in your head as a point that you could do for someone else, just so that other people could get ideas of how they could start giving. And again, this is a point that'll take a while, but if you really master, you'll get everything in life that you want, the relationship, the money, everything, if you really understand this point of how to help other people get what they want. So hope that makes sense. Again, leave in the comments what made sense. If you like this video, if you watch this far, might as well subscribe, because I make videos like this where I share proven stuff that I have applied in my life, and I just speak from experience instead of just theories, right? And also it's a way to document my growth as well, right? So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and let's finish the year strong. See ya.